So hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're talking about the Infinix NOTE 7. It has been a while since this phone launched in the Kenyan market, but I just got it, and a reason I've been really waiting for it to get my hands on it is because of the display size. So it's a 6.95-inch display. So let's unbox it and see what you get inside the box. So 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of internal storage for 18,000, that's a good deal. It supports 4G internet, and it comes with a Helio G70, which is a gaming processor. More on that later. It has a 5,000 milliamp battery. It runs Android 10. It has a 6.95-inch HD plus Infinity O display. The thing I don't like is that the resolution is not full HD, so that's quite a bummer. But somebody can argue that you don't really get to notice the resolution, which I get to do personally, but with that resolution and the 5,000 milliamp battery, you could get pretty amazing battery life. Infinix talks about the sensors, and the rear camera is a 48 megapixel autofocus lens with an extra 2 megapixel, and an AI lens with quad flash. What I don't understand is what the extra lenses are doing, but after this, before uploading this video, obviously I'm going to take some night photos with it because Infinix has insisted it takes very good night photos. So the processor, the high gaming G70, has higher clock at with the GPU, so it is made specifically for gaming at the low end, gaming at a budget. The main 48 megapixel camera, Infinix is still insisting on that. The front camera is a 16 megapixel shooter. The fingerprint is mounted on the side, so on the side of the phone. There's dual speakers on the top and the bottom. And another good thing about this phone that I wish every other Infinix and Tecno phone included is that it supports 18-watt fast charging, so that's pretty good. So this year there's no pen. Infinix said there's a variant with a pen that is yet to launch, so let's wait for that. When you remove the box, the first thing you get is the device itself. Infinix wants you to really take note of the punch hole, so take note of that. It is a big phone and it is pretty light. I didn't expect it to be this light. I got the green version, which is the version everyone should get. It's so good. So yeah, Infinix has this circular sort of design, which is quite unique because every other phone is having a design where the cameras are here, so this looks cool. I want to know what the extra lenses are doing. Underneath that, you get this sort of box. The SIM ejector tool is here. You open that, you get the X Club registration process. If you want to register for X Club, you get a protector included. If you want to make sure your device doesn't break. With this, you also get a free plastic cover. So the plastic case is over here. So underneath that, you get the fast charger. This is an 18-watt fast charger. Underneath that, you get Infinix's usual earphones. Then underneath that, you get the micro USB cable. So at the front, as usual, Infinix likes to show off what it's pushing with the device. So the 6.95-inch display, which is absolutely amazing. I just wish it was full HD, but having a big display really changes everything. As you can see, the Infinix NOTE 7 is bigger. This is the Redmi Note 9. So the Infinix is much bigger. And I feel like I would love carrying a bigger device because a bigger device just solves so many issues, especially if you love reading, if you love playing games, a bigger device just solves a lot of issues. This is a big display on its own, but when you put it side to side with the Infinix NOTE 7, it feels much smaller. And when you show it at the back, it also feels much smaller. I love the bigger display. This is the best color on a phone I think I've used this year. Why? Because most of the other phones have had blue colors and black colors. I had the Vivo that was white, which looked pretty good, but I feel like this green is just so good. This green is so good. By the way, this is not glass. This is a plastic sort of material. So don't confuse it for glass, but it feels like glass. Though I feel like it could break, so if you get this one, be careful with that, it could break. then you peel off that. There you go. This is the cleanest this phone will be. Speaker, the charging port, the microphone, and the headphone jack. Okay, so the front speaker is over here. So it doubles up as a normal speaker. So you have stereo sound with the bottom and the top speaker. Something even Samsung has been doing lately. Then this side you get the SIM slot tray where you insert your SIM card and the micro SD card. Here is the power button, which is also your fingerprint scanner. And here are the volume rockers. Let's turn it on. So as it turns on, we can speak about a couple of things. Infinix hasn't stated really well what the extra lenses are doing, but one of the extra lenses is super low light video camera. So it should be able to take pretty good videos in low light. I'll test that. Infinix has also stated, like I've already stated, that the 48 megapixel is optimized for low light photography. So after this, since it's about 9 p.m., I'm going to go out and take a couple of shots, and then I'll include them in the video. The Helio G70 high game processor, like I've already stated, is good for gaming. So you can expect to play a couple of high-end games here. Of course, it'll take a while to load the games and all that, but it is a processor meant for gaming, so you can play your games if you're into PUBG and all that. And yeah, let's now look at the device. The display looks really good. There's DTS audio. So DTS audio means it's tuned by DTS to get quality audio. There's a game mode, and a game mode it helps you improve your game experience and collects certain game data, including usage statistics, the games you play most. There's a game anti-addiction mode where you can set the number of hours you want to play, which is really good. And remember, it's a big display, so you can get quite immersed with that. Under game anti-addiction, there's also parent control where you can set pins so that certain games can't be accessed by kids. Under advanced settings, you can turn off automatic brightness so that if you're playing a game, you don't want the brightness to go low. You can set an inadvertent mode, which can help you not exit the game accidentally, especially if you have gestures enabled. You can also have network change protection, which will make the Wi-Fi not switch off while you're playing so that it doesn't go into mobile data, which is also a good inclusion. So there's also a way to set for notifications so that if you're playing a game, you don't want a notification to interrupt your game. So the text will appear on top of the game and not interrupt your game. You can also have it as do not disturb so that messages and all that, all annoying notifications don't come in. There's also dark mode because this is Android 10. So if you hit dark mode, as you will see, if you hit dark mode, everything becomes dark. So dark mode is a good thing, and I'm sure most people will have dark mode enabled all the time. So if you get out of dark mode, it goes into white. Maybe the settings app will show this better, so let's get into settings. If you switch on dark mode, look at that. And if you notice, if you compare it to the other Infinix phones I've been unboxing, this is a pretty fast experience when switching to dark mode. If you watched the previous, which phone was it? There's an unboxing of an Infinix phone where dark mode took quite a while to respond. Look at that, this is pretty fast. That's really good. Now let's look at security. And let's set the fingerprint. So pin 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now under lock screen, you can show all notification, show sensitive content only when unlocked, which is good, so nobody can read your notifications. Fingerprint. Now let's set the fingerprint. Add fingerprint. So Infinix tells you to avoid dirty or wet fingers, keep the fingerprint reader clean, and enroll a fingerprint. So start. Let's see how fast it will unlock after setting. That's pretty fast. That's good. Look at that. That's fast enough. That's the unboxing of the Infinix NOTE 7. But this video is not over because I'm going out to take a couple of photos. Then I'll add them to the video so you can look at the photos and tell me what you think of the photos. I think it's a pretty good phone, but let's save that thoughts for the final part of the video. So let me go out and take more photos, and maybe I'll continue the video tomorrow. Okay, so guys, this is a couple of days later. Using the Infinix Note 7 front camera for this video, so you can tell me your thoughts on the front camera. I think you can use the front camera here and the back camera, provided you have lighting and you have good stabilization. You can use it for vlogging and all that. You can use it as your main camera. Taken a couple of photos with the Infinix Note 7. The major things I've loved with it are the battery. I feel like the battery is really good. I've also loved the bigger display, so I already talked about the bigger display the other time. My main annoyance remains the micro USB port, because it means having to carry a different cable. Literally every other phone is launching with a USB-C port, so Infinix needs to work on that. But it's a good phone, and I will recommend it for everyone, either wanting a big phone, wanting a big battery on their phone, or people who are very comfortable having an Infinix device. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe.